When I was a kid, I loved playing baseball. I played Little League and Babe Ruth baseball. But one of the things that I hated was losing. Now, of course, right? Who likes to lose? No one. But I really at times took it to heart. I would get upset at my teammates. I would get upset at my coach. I would get upset at myself because maybe I screwed up on a play. And I was just devastated. And I realized that my identity of who I was at that moment was tied to baseball. Well, I worked in the tech industry for 12 years, five different startups. And every year and a half, I was getting laid off because that's the nature of the startup world. And the first couple of times, I was devastated, just like I was devastated when I was a kid playing Little League Baseball. And I started realizing, wait a minute, Oscar, you're doing the same thing that you did when you were a kid, and you are tying who you are, your value, to a title, to a position, to an industry, when the reality is that's not the case. I still had the skill sets. In fact, I actually had learned new skills that I could take those skills and either go into work for another company in the same industry or take some of my transferable skills into a new industry. And I realized that when a company at the end of 2 weeks gives me a paycheck, the deal is over. I met my obligation, they met their obligation, and that's it. And there's nothing wrong with that. I just accepted that that is the reality of the way things work. And I realized again that my value, my worth is in what I can do, how I can perform, not on a company. And yes, it stings to get laid off. Of course it does. But what we always remember, folks, that your job, your title, the number of initials after your name do not define who you are. So go out there, make that transition, pivot, and let the world know your worth.